It's time to unleash the monstrous power of triple Unholy Rune DK once again into Standard Hearthstone, now centered around the brand new legendary Nythendra, which is a very difficult minion for your opponent to deal with in most situations, while also using a bunch of early game value cards such as Creature of Madness in combination with the Dark Gift of Sweet Dreams in order to overwhelm your opponent with a bunch of cheap, high-statted early game minions. Now, Nythendra has been a card that I've been wanting to use ever since the Emerald Dream actually came out, but I didn't know exactly where I wanted to try to slot her into, until I came across this list by Umber Dion over on Hearthstone. I love the idea of using the triple Unholy Rune cards such as Grave Strength as a way to get some additional value off of Nythendra and other really strong early game minions that exist currently in Standard. So I'll leave a link to their original list down below, but this is going to be my take on it. Now, for the Mulligan guide, first thing to watch out for is going to be Creature of Madness, so you can get that perfect curve onto turn 3. Then any of the one-cost minions are the next cards you're going to be looking for. Outside of that, any draw power such as Soul Searching, and finally, a combination of Wild Pyromancer into Poison Breath if you know your opponent is going to play a wide board. Now, with all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, DK. Oh, you know what? This opener hand isn't actually that bad. Actually, pretty perfect curve here, to be honest. Okay, just slam down Murray. Okay, that doesn't really tell me too much information what they're playing. Now let's see if this creature can do something cool. Yoink, and that's pretty nice. Of course that they were going to have an infested breath, so... I mean, that doesn't give me too much information still. Now for round 2. Okay, infested breath. Annoying, but it is what it is. They're going to get, a lot of HP here. Oh, I mean, it is a 7-8. But yeah, I think after stream, I will try a Starship variant. Because I think the Starship variant is like the nice mix in between the version I was trying before and this version. We have to find a way to get Nythendra out quicker, though, is the main problem. Oh. Yep. God, I don't like leaving them up, but like, this is going to be destroyed by this. It doesn't really matter. We're at 6 mana. Okay, it would have mattered. I should have got rid of one of these. Well, maybe it sticks. It's 1 in 11 to get Wild Pyromancer. I guess they're trying to figure out if they want to... I'm pretty sure this is based off of HP. Yup. Why not? It probably is a mistake to put down 2 of them at the same time, but whatever. Actually, never mind. That never works. I was gonna say, like, if we could somehow get these... Get the beetles to, like, stick on the board, then... that doesn't work. Oh, the game's just like, I heard you like Nythendra. Let's give you more Nythendras. Again, the game's like, I heard you like Nythendra. Might as well go for the rush, right? Like, I get probably 4 of these are gonna go bye-bye. Still 1 in 20. Starting to realize what the graves or like the grave strength doesn't actually do what I needed to do. Okay. Worst case scenario, we get a 1-1 Nythendra. And I guess best case was a 2-2 Nythendra. There's the Wild Pyromancer. I'm curious if this will form 2 Nythendras or 1 Nythendra. Any bets? I'm assuming 1. 1 7 cost Nythendra, or 7/7 Nythendra. Like, this is annoying for them to deal with. Better yet, the next one in our hand is going to be even more annoying. Yeah, I guess. A 5/5. Oh, a 6/6. Okay, so it is 1. That would have been my assumption, but you never know. Sometimes stuff doesn't work the way that you expect it to work. Okay. Hoping. Okay, that's fine. Okay. I'm going to assume the last one is not ice. Okay, Husk gets rid of it. Great. That's still so funny. 2 giants, why not? What are the... Now... Oh. Oh, actually, that's not as big as I was expecting it to be. I always think this makes this equal to the same stats, but I guess I would be wrong. Well, I'm assuming this is rainbow, so I don't have to worry about... Oh, no, it isn't rainbow because they have 2 bloods. I mean, if they attack... Yeah, I was going to say, if you attack, it doesn't really matter. Oh, shit. How much damage do we have? This is 8 plus 8 plus 8. That's 24. We don't have enough for game. That's kind of sad. Because what I was going to do is double grave strength. But that gets us nowhere near where I need to be. Which is a shame. 60 HP. The funny thing is, though, like, Corpse Explosion doesn't necessarily do what they needed to do either. Wait. Oh. Yeah, they're not going to be running Corpse Explosion, so maybe I'm not worried about that. It's Wild Pyromancer that I'm kind of worried about, right? Oh, there's the other Stitch Giant. Well, I'm going to make for the push turn, I guess. This isn't game, but it's probably pretty... It is game! Okay! Okay, Priest. I am a little bit worried about Priest. I did add the Poison Breath combo just because I wanted something to... Oh, that's interesting. Oh, perfect curve. Come on, something cool. Mortician isn't bad. Actually, honestly, in some of the earlier versions, I was including Mortician, but I ended up cutting it for... I think it was actually Poison Breath. I think that was like one of the final cuts that I made. Oh, might as well go with the raid leader, right?
Blessings to you. Once upon a time.
Actually, raid leader is really potent here. Also, fun fact about Nythendra, she actually base the number of beetles that she summons off of how many, or how much attack she has, not her HP pool. Just a weird fun fact. It's just a weird little interaction. Honestly, the more I've played this deck, I think Nythendra is very, very, very close to being super playable. I think what would help... Oh, I mean, a turn 5 Nythendra is pretty good and pretty annoying for most people to deal with. But yeah, I think the easiest fix for her is make it where you can buff up the other, or the beetles, right? Or if she's buffed up above her like normal stat line, the additional stats gets distributed amongst the beetles when she is destroyed, and then gets added back together. I think that would actually fix the card. Like, she's that close to being that playable. And maybe one less mana. Or just do 1 or 2 less mana and don't do that, and then, you know, I don't know. But yeah, I've definitely been trying to think of, like, how you would fix the card. And honestly, like, out of these weird, sort of playable legendaries that I've done recently, this one, consistently when she hit the board, felt the best. I say that, and I just did a Thorax deck. And honestly, that deck actually felt pretty good, too. Yeah, we can buff everything up. I really wish the Mosquito had one more attack, but it is what it is. Okay, we got them down to 7. Oh, why are you saying well played? Please don't tell me. What could you possibly have? Oh, coin? Oh, it's repackaging, isn't it? Oh. Oh. Okay, I mean, if you thought one with Andra was bad, how about a second one, right? Okay, there's Clay Monarch. Wait, they're actually still running Clay Monarch? That's actually impressive. Oh. You know, when I see this visual bug, I almost want to say either I disconnected or they disconnected. So we're going to disconnect ourselves from the game. Okay, what did we miss? Okay, they just played the other one. That's perfectly fine. That's not, like, too big of a deal. Apologies if this is one of the games that make it into the final video, but it should be fine, right? I mean, it has to be Mosquito. Mosquito is just funny, right? Okay, let's hit there and hit there. Then now the problem is I don't remember what my deck tracker has. It has to be soul searching, right? For number of dragons that they've slammed down. Oh, wait, that draws a card? I did not realize that. I knew they put it back in rotation. It didn't used to draw a card, right? Back in the day? And I guess you trade draw. That's interesting. I would have traded the 4/4, but whatever. Okay, there's the 5/5. Is there a way for me to get game here? I don't think so. We're just going to go for the Geist. Oh, Stitchasu. Why not? Okay, give me... I actually don't... Bodybuilder's funny. I need to get to doing a bodybuilder deck. Fun fact. Might as well choose all the cards that will hate on our opponent. I was going to do like a hand control-y DK list, but I remembered someone wanted me to do something with Nythendra, and I was like, I might as well try. And I was looking at Hearthstone. I'll probably include this in the intro for the original like inspiration. And I saw someone doing a triple rune unholy DK list, and I was like, this is perfect. Like, I'm going to make changes, of course, but I'll probably leave a link to that down below too. I definitely do think the Wild Pyromancer and Poison Breath combo did help with consistency a bit. Because the nice thing is, even if you blow up a Nythendra with that combo, you just get a bunch of beetles, and not every class is running AoE to get rid of them, right? Okay. Actually trading, which is a bit annoying, but that's fine. Alright. 19. The one downside is, though, when I was originally playing this deck, I thought, like, oh, you could buff up the beetles. Turns out you never get access to the beetles to buff them up, so, oh well. It is what it is. Okay, oh, pff. There's no way it's not giant. Right? I mean, we could get all the minions, but, like, giant, pff, sure, why not? This is just great. This is actually really, really nice. Well, I'm just gonna hope they don't have anything here. Perfect. There's the Grave Strength. Sidekick, I guess. Doesn't really matter too much, but maybe next turn. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Draw. Okay. I'm so happy that it isn't the combo. With the previous versions of this list that I was playing, there were so many times where I got to this exact board state and my opponent just wombo comboed me, and I was like, how, why, how? Okay. Get the Nythendra back, which is funny. Don't really need it. Okay, can we get something cool here? Might as well go for the damage. I think this should work. It is kind of sad that a triple rune card is worse than a one rune card, aka Blood Tap, but it is what it is. Let's go! Okay, time for a game against Paladin. There's a couple Paladin decks floating around right now. I'm curious of what this is going to be. Don't mind what the rating is. I might have tanked my MMR testing out a few other versions of this list beforehand. But I really think this version has the perfect balance between a little bit of control and just swarming capabilities. Fey Dragon isn't that bad of a turn 2 play to just slam down next turn. Okay, there's Life-Saving Aura. I guess we just slam down the Drake or Dragon. I also thought about maybe running the jugs in this list and basically make a version of the list where it's essentially the Menagerie list floating around, but it's triple Unholy Rune instead of Rainbow. But I don't know. I just really wanted to use Grave Strength at least once. It's been so long since I've used the card, so, you know, it is what it is. Okay, Creature of Madness into something good, please. Oh, that is actually really nice. That is super, super nice. That's a big, big boy minion. I also do kind of find it funny that they made the Ursoc skin kind of the merger. If you played WoW during Legion, the what was known as the Bear Hulk form and just the generic like Warcraft bear, which is kind of interesting because he was a boss in the Emerald Nightmare raid in that expansion too. Right, we can't really get rid of their minions, so we're just going to hit it once and then see what we can grab. Oh, security isn't bad. We can't play it now next turn, but we can get a lot of advantage off of it. Okay. End of a duel. Okay, so they're probably going to be able to get rid of our big minion, which kind of sucks for us. But... oh, and it doesn't get rid of theirs. That sucks more. We're going to use Mermy, and yeah, we might as well use right? Actually, do we want to? Maybe we want to save the corpses for soul searching. I kind of want to save them for soul searching, actually. Oh, no, Vanessa. I don't want to deal with you. Please don't have a way to buff it up a bajillion times. Okay, well, if we get some big minions off of the security guard, that should be actually pretty cool. Or whatever it's called. Sorry. She's Shanty. Okay, so that could be a problem. Also, it means it's Drunk Paladin instead of... I guess Drunk Paladin can also be Shaladrassil Paladin. It's interesting to see how that deck evolved, actually. Okay, there's Poison Breath. How do we do this? Pop that, use Soul Searching. Oh, 2 Giants is actually pretty nice for us. 2 mana Giants, actually. We have to use the Poison Breath here, right? Like, it feels bad to, but we kind of have to, right? And if I did my math here right, we have the 2 corpses needed. Not worried about consecration. Ooh. Goreblade isn't bad. And then we can go face. Come on, give us 2, like, big minions. Okay, please, 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 please give us something good. Okay. I 8/8 Golem is pretty nice. I actually thought about running that card, well, some of the other Golems, just because we're using Unholy Frenzy. Oh, that is a pretty good card. Oh, that. The second She Shanty, though, is not what I want to see. Okay. So we need 1 more corpse. Let's just do it like this. And I guess we just go face. We get rid of 3 of the minions there. It leaves up 2 of them. Hopefully they don't have enough damage. They've already used Lanessa, so I'm not worried about that. They're at 5 HP. The good news is... well, as long as they don't have a big taunt, and I don't think they're going to have a big taunt. This probably is just game, right? Robocaller? Let's go! Alright, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So, I ended up playing 30 games with this deck, and that was across about 4 different variants of the list. This final version had a 50% win rate across the 10 games I played with it. However, the other versions had around a 40% win rate. And honestly speaking, by adding the Wild Pyromancer and Poison Breath combo within this list, the win rate went up quite a bit because it actually allows you to have an easy, way to wipe out your opponent's board and then just flood your board with a bunch of 8/8s, since there's a lot of ways to generate huge minions within this list, or just slam it down a Nythendra to have a follow-up play. Overall, if you're looking for a deck to use Nythendra in, this is probably one of the better decks for you to try out. And like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.